What is that? What did you promise me you were not going to do? Guess what happens now, Mr. Gonzalez.
Speak your truth, don't hesitate. Facts collide in this courtroom dance. Everyone gets a fair chance. Oouchie court watch, we're on the scene. Truth's unraveled.
Mr. Mumford, you're charged with terroristic threat. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
On October 4th, 2024, officers were dispatched to a call at a parking garage in Harris County, Texas. Officers made contact with complaining witness who stated that she and her coworkers, including the defendant, were working inside the parking garage. And the complainant messaged the defendant asking where he was located. And the defendant suddenly arrived at the third level where she was located and began to yell and scream at her. And it stated he threatened to beat her ass.
Were they together at the same place?
They were on the same, so they both work at the parking garage, I believe, and they were both on the same level. Like it was in person, the threat was made in person.
Did you say she was in fear?
I don't see that in the Dunes, Judge, but let me really quickly the offense report. I don't see that alleged in the OR, Judge.
Mumford.
So the only thing the state would say, Judge, is our position is, I know it doesn't say that complainant said she was in fear for her life, but the charging instrument, it's not one of the elements we have to prove. We just have to prove that the defendant intended to place the complainant in fear of serious.
I don't know. Let's see. A person commits an offense if he threatens to commit any offense involving violence to any person or property with intent to place any person in fear of imminent serious bodily injury.
So, and Judge, just to remedy the issue, we checked the probable cause affidavit on the charging instrument. On the PC affidavit, it does say that she stated she was in fear for her life.
That's the only thing I want to know is she in fear? How do we know?
Yes, Judge.
Because a lot of people make these stupid ass threats all the time and, you know, it's just,
I understand, Judge.
tell me what it says. And does she say that she was in fear?
Let's see. Oh, it does say that the defendant came to level 3 where she was located. He began to yell and scream at her, threatened to beat her ass. She stated that this scared her and made her in fear of serious imminent bodily injury.
And where is that?
This is in the charging instrument, the PC paragraph.
That's just the charge. But I get it. That's just because they put that in the charge. Nowhere in the OR does it say that she's in fear. Nowhere else does it say she's in fear. That's just because they always put that on every information with regard to this.
I understand. Judge. And
Yeah.
The only position we have is that it's not one of the elements the state has to prove.
I don't agree. I'm gonna find no probable cause in your case. The only thing I'm gonna tell you is be careful, really. Words
Yes, sir.
have meaning. Words can hurt, right? Pen is mightier than the sword. Words can hurt. Be careful, all right? Okay, take a seat, please. How many times has Miss Burleson taken off? Your case is 1,111 days old, and you've taken off repeatedly. If they gave you a PR bond, yes, no, give her a PR bond, another PR bond. I have that Jillian is still representing her. Is that right?
That's what I have, Judge. She was attached before the bond was posted, so I'm thinking she was in another county when we appointed.
Okay, take a seat for me. You're not allowed to leave. We do something today. Mr. Elick,
Yes.
hey, bud.
Hey, so I just got appointed on Miss Crystal Burleson.
Okay, come up, Miss Burleson. You are a flight risk. Today, you get an ankle monitor so we know where you are at all times. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. And the next time you miss court, I'm going to make your bond so high, you're going to flip. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
Today, you will get a GPS monitor so we know where you are at all times. Your case is so old, it's sprouting legs and it can walk on its own.
But it wasn't my fault though. It wasn't, I was.
I didn't ask for an explanation from you, man. The only thing I'm going to tell you is that you have 2 weeks to try to resolve this case, and then I will set your case for trial. It is your responsibility to get in touch with and stay in touch with counsel. This is the third lawyer that we have appointed to represent you.
Yes, sir.
There's absolutely no excuse for you not to stay in touch with counsel, and excuses go in this ear and they go out that ear. 2 weeks. If you fail to appear in 2 weeks, a warrant will issue again, and this time it's going to go way high. In the 2 weeks when you come back, you must accept the plea bargain offer, or I am going to set your case for trial. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a plea bargain in this case?
Not yet, Judge, but we can, so there was a prior offer that was put in, but we've since withdrawn it because it was a PTI offer. That I think it was just an online anger management class, but we've since withdrawn that offer. But we'll make sure a new one is put in. We'll be in touch with Mr. Ely.
Okay.
Miss Burleson, can you tell me your number right now? So I
Don't. I'm going to chat it to you here momentarily, Mr. Eli.
Sounds good.
No, just we need to know where she is. Random UAs, please. Okay, so what's going to happen now, as soon as you leave here now, Mr. Elick is going to reach out to you and you guys need to get together on this case. It is your responsibility to get with him between now and the next 2 weeks to go over all the evidence, see what the plea bargain is, and be ready for it at the next time you appear.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to have you sign a receipt of Victoria. After that, you'll get with pretrial for your bond conditions, and then you're out of here. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
December 11 or 12?
Did you hear that?
Yes,
You tell what day?
I think either one, we could do December 11th.
Okay. All right, Mr. Elick, thank you so much for coming back. Understand this case is 1,100 days old. And
I
so
see that.
that's why we've put such a time limit on it. It's literally just, okay. All right, buddy, we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Okay, and are you gonna send me the number?
I chatted it to you.
Oh, you did? Let me. Okay, I got it. Sounds good.
Yeah, if you want to take a screenshot, that way you have
I
a,
just did. I just did.
Great.
Thank you.
okay, man.
All
Talk to you
right.
soon.
Thanks.
All right.
Okay, bye.
Hi. Okay. Come up, Mr. Gonzalez. You picked up a new case. You picked up a new case. Tell me there was a no driving affidavit in place. He's charged with failure to stop and give information, and now he's picked up a racing case. Tell me that we had ordered him not to drive.
Yes, Judge, on the previous case, there wasn't a driving affidavit.
You promised me that you weren't going to drive. Mr. Gonzalez, now you've picked up a racing on a highway. You are facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Yes, Judge. Officers observed two vehicles accelerating at a high rate of speed from 70 miles per hour to 85 miles per hour in an attempt to outgain each other. The officer initiated a traffic stop on the defendant's vehicle. When the officer told the defendant that he was being stopped for racing, the defendant responded, "Yes, sir." And the defendant told the officer that he did not have a valid license or registration.
Is there a co-defendant?
There is not any co-defendants charged.
Vic, can I see that, please? I'm printing something out. What is that? What did you promise me you were not going to do? Guess what happens now, Mr. Gonzalez? Guess what happens now? Did you say nothing?
I'm not sure.
Not only am I putting you in jail now, but I'm going to make your bonds high. And now you are looking at a contempt charge of 180 days in jail. And we are going to have a hearing as to whether I'm going to hold you in contempt. So now I'm going to file a third case on you. And you are now looking, if they prove to me that you're driving in this case, you're looking at 180 days in jail, flat, day for day. Do you understand?
So,
Goes with you. I'm sorry, Sonia, but I'm setting the bonds at each at 10,000 and 2 each. Two, 5, 3, 9, 9, 8, 0. He will auto-populate on tomorrow's docket, and then we'll just go through the rigmarole. Or, I don't know,
He's gonna be able to pay that. He's a high school senior.
it's a damn shame.
Parents' financial situation is. I'll talk to him and find out.
Talk to the parents, and then, I mean, I don't know what to tell you, you know, I need to I need to make sure he understands it and that he gets it, but you swore to me you weren't gonna drive and now you're racing, unacceptable, you know? I'm gonna make it higher. He was wearing an Armani shirt. He was probably wearing a $200 to $300 shirt right now. 15,002 on both.
Okay, Your Honor.
And then we'll see tomorrow. He'll populate tomorrow. We'll talk again tomorrow. Reach out to the family and, you know, perhaps they'll come here and they can see how he is and he can see that we mean business now, you know? Okay, thank you so much, Sonia.
Judge, you were voting the new one?
Both, 15,002 on each.
Haywood.
You were Kristen Haywood.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Haywood, you were charged with theft of service. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Officers were dispatched to a tow lot in Harris County, Texas, after the defendant's car had been towed to the location. The defendant arrived to get her car and was told that she owed $344 to get her car and told the complaining witness that she would pay, but then play with the card, but then later dispute the charge on her card. The complaining witness then told the defendant that she now had to pay in cash. The defendant then made her way into the lot and got into her vehicle and attempted to leave. The complaining witness jumped in front of her vehicle and was struck by the right side of the vehicle, sustaining a knee injury. Officers observed the incident on surveillance.
So she hit the person with the car
Yes, Judge.
and they're not charging with aggravated assault?
No, it could be because you jumped in front of it. I don't know, but no, this is the only charge.
You're extremely lucky that you're not facing serious felony charges at this time, Ms. Haywood. I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license? Do you have liability insurance in your name? Are you sure? I don't know about taking our privilege to drive away. I mean, we have. At this time, I'm ordering you not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case and not to be in possession of any weapons.
Yes, sir.
If I find that you become a danger to my community, I'm going to lock you up. You will not get any more PR bonds. Do you understand, man?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to do everything in my power to protect the community, and I'm at a loss why they haven't filed additional charges, but you need a lawyer to represent you, ma'am, and we're going to give you time to hire a lawyer. So I'm going to have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. After that, I'll have you take your seat in the jury box. So we get your bond conditions, we'll have you sign it, and after that, you'll be free to go.
Yes, sir.
Be careful out there, ma'am. Good morning, Mr. Hunter. You were charged with unlawful carrying of a weapon. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
Officers were conducting a trespass investigation at a gas station in a high crime area where narcotics/gang activity frequently occurs. Officers observed the defendant's vehicle parked for approximately 30 minutes in front of a no loitering sign at the gas station. The officers approached the vehicle and observed a strong odor of marijuana. Officers then observed in plain view a handgun between the driver's seat and the center console.
All right, Mr. Hunter, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license?
No, sir.
You are not allowed to drive.
Sir.
Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
If I find that you drive, I can have a contempt hearing. You can be facing an additional 6 months in jail and a $500 fine every time you drive. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You're on probation or parole at this time.
No, sir.
You are now working your fourth case within the last year, your third gun case. Tell me, what do you do with yourself? Do you work?
Yes, sir.
What do you do?
Was a family dollar.
Do you work full time? How much money do you make a month?
$1,600.
I'm glad that you're working. I want you to continue working. Did you graduate from high school?
Yes, sir.
You did, great. Okay. Do you want to apply for an appointed lawyer?
Yes, sir.
No more dope. I'm going to test you. And if I find that you continue to smoke dope, it's not going to go well. Do you understand me?
Yes, sir.
I will test you 40 to 45 days from today. If you test positive, it's not going to go well between us. You stop now. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
There will be consequence because it's the fourth case, and I'm ordering you now not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs, and I'm going to test you like crazy. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
One thing on an application. I'm going to have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. I'll get you to Stephen to fill out the application. We'll have you sign a receipt with Victoria, and then we'll have you hang tight.
Will there also be state law conditions?
No, because I'm going to monitor him, and make sure he's not using. So we'll just, everything will be withdrawn.
Next is page 10.
Mr. Cope. How are you?
Amazing,
I'm sorry?
amazing, sir.
I hope. I really hope. You know, you've got a lot of stuff going on. And wow. All resolved.
All resolved.
What happened?
I'm done with it.
Everything got dismissed.
Everything's done.
So no more probation.
No more probation. I'm tired of that.
Did you learn anything? If you learn one thing leaving here today, Mr. Cope, patience. Patience goes so far in life. When you are confronted with someone who's an a-hole, exercise patience. You know, it don't matter. Even if you're right and they're wrong, with your record, if a cop rolls up to you, they will probably hard pressed to take your side because of your record, you know. But if you exercise patience, right, or walk away, if you see a situation that's getting out of control, it's really going to serve you well. You know, I cannot tell you how lucky you are, really, that you're with this. You were on probation for an aggravated robbery with the where was it, the arson?
Arson.
Yeah.
Your Honor, he took a 10-month jail on the MAJ for the arson. That's.
Is that what it is? But he's got sufficient credit that you're probably walking out of here today, right, Mr. Cook? But what I'm saying is patience goes a long way. Even, you know, if you get into a pissing match with an officer, anyone that has a power of arrest, who's going to win? Right. Every single time. I don't care if you're right. I don't care if you're wrong. You're still going to get it. So just patience. Tuck your tail. And, you know, if you ever have an issue, come back to me and I'll help you too. If you ever need help, come back to me here and I'll do what I can to help you out. If you need, you know, shelter. I mean, I can't give you money, but
Housing.
no, whatever. If someone's messing with you in life, come back to me. We can try to work it out somehow. You know, I can give you a lawyer. We can work things out somehow, some way. But patience, man, you know, it really goes a long way.
So I'm just serious. As you asked me what I've learned, I've started to let things go more than I did 2 years ago.
It's great.
I've started to just learn to let things go instead of, you know, someone does something that sometimes you just gotta walk away. Like I'm dead serious about that. I'm not joking.
You know what that's called, right? Mature. You're growing up. And part of growing up known is the fact that you recognize, hey, shit, if I get into this situation, I'm not going to win. You get into it with them, you're never going to win. It doesn't matter. So just don't. Walk away. Come here. I'll talk with you. We'll hang out, whatever we need to do. The other thing is this, is that if you're ever in a car, you smell like dope, you smell like alcohol, it's not going to go well too. You're pleading now to this DWI. This DWI is going to go on your record. Understand that from evermore, you get pulled over, you smell funky, it's not going to go well. You understand?
Yes.
You give up a lot of rights by entering this agreement, Mr. Cope. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses, test for any behalf, confront, cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country. You're giving up the right to appeal. When you plead guilty, that's it. I want to let you know one more thing. So what did he ultimately plead to?
So he ultimately pled on the MHA for the arson. He pled to the 10-month state jail sentence.
So you pled to a state jail felony, or does he have a third degree on your record? Because I want you to understand that if you have a third degree on your record and you pick up a serious felony, the next time you could be a potential 15 to life case. So that's why I'm saying if you pick up a serious felony, it could be a minimum of 15 years. All right. How do you plead to the offense of DWI?
I plead guilty to driving while intoxicated.
I'll find you guilty. I'll sentence you to it. What are we doing?
3 days for 120.
So 3 days, 121? 121 days credit, Mr. Cope. I really wish you the best of luck, man. I hope you go out there, start working, killing it, making a ton of money. You know, really, that's what life's about, buying nice things, right? Get out there and make the world a better place, all right?
How come you're not wearing your boat side today?
No, I don't know.
Oh, sorry.
No.
I'm my bad. My
It's
bad.
okay.
I'm sorry. I'm
Hey,
sorry. You know
It's
what?
okay, you know what? I gotta change it up, you know?
Okay.
But we're trying to look good for you. All right, my friend.
Thank you,
Take
Your
care.
Honor.
180 days driver license suspension. Yeah, please. You were Destiny Collins. We issued a warrant for your arrest because you failed to appear for court, ma'am.
The paperwork, I told him the same paperwork, it said I was supposed to appear today. If that's the case, my bail bond company should have told me the same thing, but my court date was for today.
You were ordered to appear 11/22 of 24.
I got out of jail that day. I was released from jail on Wednesday of this week, last week that just passed, so there was no way possible. I could have made it to court that same day. I got released from jail again. And I didn't get released from jail till Wednesday at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. And then also I have the picture. I didn't bring the physical copy because I forgot it, but the paperwork that they gave me when I was leaving, that said my conditions. I have the picture in my phone with my name on it. It says today at 8:30 in the morning. So I showed up today. If that was the case, I would have showed up when I was supposed to come to court. So I don't get that. And I just sat in jail for a week and a half. I cannot go back.
You issued the warrant on the 22nd, right? This is Miss Collins. She's not on docket today.
What's the case number?
252-6615.
Can I show you the same picture?
She was on the docket on the 20th. She was supposed to be here on the 20th, correct?
The bond paperwork shows,
I'm confused. I'm confused.
it's not opening.
Can I grab my phone and show you my?
Don't
picture?
talk to the prosecutor, please. You're not allowed to. I'm trying to figure out what's going on, because if there's a problem and it's not your fault, I will reinstate your bond.
Judge, so on 11/20, she failed to appear. Defendant not present in holdover is what Jamae wrote on the reset. So she wasn't brought up on the 20th. So she rolled it to the 21st, and then the surety bond was posted. The surety bond says 11/20. So it seems to contradict itself. The 20th. she
So
was-
whoever wrote the bond did a mistake, because they put
Whoever hand wrote 11/20
back in time.
automatically
as opposed to, so what, you said you have paperwork that says that you're supposed to be here today?
I left the physical paperwork at home, but I had my brother send me a picture because I forgot it. I can
Okay.
show it.
Yeah, sure. And you can give it to Deputy and she'll. You see that it shows today's date?
Yes, Judge. November 26th at 8:30
Okay,
a.m.
all right. Yep, you're right. Okay, I'll reinstate your bond. Okay. So it looks like while you were in custody, they appointed you a lawyer. I don't know that Martin even knows. I mean, there's no way he's gonna know.
Especially she's not on docket today.
Right.
Maybe, no?
Oh, I have his number. I'll call him. Let me see. Martin. Hey, how are you? I have a Miss Destiny Collins that's on docket today. Are you in the building? So you were appointed, it looks like, while she was in custody. I don't need, say it again? She was in custody in Fort Bend. Huh, okay. Do you want to stay on the case or do you want me to appoint someone else? Hey, okay, no problem. You just tell me. So that's it? Done. We'll do it. Okay, okay, fine. Can you pull up her NCIC, please? So we can, I'm gonna take Martin off
Okay.
because he's not working with us. And do you mind appointing someone else for the time being, please? Ms. Collins, you're charged with assault, bodily injury. You're facing a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
On August 8th, 2024, a deputy was dispatched to a bar and grill in Harris County, Texas regarding an assault. The complainant worked at the bar as a bartender. Defendant came behind the bar and began striking the complainant multiple times with a closed fist to the face and upper extremities, causing pain. Complainant began to fight back to defend herself. During the fight, a crowd of people surrounded her, and some individuals who she did not know began to stomp and kick on her while she was fighting on the ground. Complainant
Stop
stated-
and kick the complaining witness.
That's not true.
Stop, please.
Yes, the complainant stated during the fight, a crowd of people surrounded her and began to stomp and kick her while she was fighting on the ground. She stated that the fight lasted approximately 2 minutes. The complainant and the defendant did not know each other and stated that she did not know the defendant well enough to fight her. The complainant stated the fight ended because someone yelled out, "I'm calling the police."
Okay. Tell me, does she have anything else that's open at the time now?
She's currently on probation out of Galveston County for theft.
Yes.
And I think you had mentioned something about Fort Bend, so we're looking for.
Lord, we're hitting the Tri-County area now?
We're not showing anything out of Fort Bend, Judge, but she is on probation out of Galveston right now.
She may have been in custody in Fort Bend. I don't know. So run full NCIC, please. Ms. Collins, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm now ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. I'm going to do everything in my power to protect my public in every single way, shape, form, manner. And if you become a danger to my public, I am first off going to put you in jail. Next off, I'm going to make your bond so high, you're going to flip. Do you understand? Do not go back to this bar or any other bar. I'm prohibiting you from going to any establishment where 51% or more are beer, liquor, any kind of clubs. You're not to go anywhere of this nature. Do you understand? does she have a felony theft or does she have a misdemeanor theft? And then what else is open? What kind of criminal history are we talking?
Felony theft, Judge. And I believe that's her only history, and Alex is looking into the Fort Bend case as well.
Your Honor, I don't have any record of her case in Fort Bend. Looking at the county clerk website for Fort Bend, I don't see any cases open with her name and date of birth.
So the only other thing you see is it a probation that she's on?
Yes.
For Galveston.
Oof.
Yes, Judge.
Yes, Judge, 2 years deferred on Galveston.
How old are you, ma'am?
23.
What do you do for a living?
Right now, I work 2 jobs and I live alone. I live in the Fort Bend County area.
How much money do you make a month, ma'am?
My monthly income, I say my intake probably about 3,800.
I need you to fill out an application because I don't know if you're going to qualify for an appointed lawyer, ma'am. And I'll take a look at the application. The only thing I'm going to tell you is that when you're on felony probation, you're supposed to be extra special good. And when you're not, they usually file motions to revoke. So I would be on the lookout because if you're on probation or parole at this time, it's very possible that they issue a felony warrant in that case with the fact that you picked up this new case. So understand, no alcohol, no drugs. Do you understand? Okay, do you mind giving an application, please? All right, I'm gonna have you fill out the application and then we'll, do not leave until you sign all our bond conditions, ma'am. Okay.
Right this way. Go ahead and sign.
begun. Oouchie car watch, we're on the scene. Truths unraveling.